Hello and welcome to Sheba online classes. Standard 9 today, there is no class today for you. We will not be taking anything new, but very soon you will be facing your tests. Okay, so for that we have to give you a revision, isn't it? Without revision it is not possible. Now what you do is, how many video classes we have done, okay, right from the beginning till the last video class. All the video classes, just go through it, alright. Go through all that is the grammar part, that is for first and second unit only. First and second unit, that's your portions. So for that only you just go through it, the first and the second video class, just go through it, learn it. So don't, that's what I'm telling you, video classes, whatever you are doing is very helpful for you, not any other Zoom class or anything. This you can go back and again you can study. So how many times you want also you can go back and see the playback all the videos and see it, isn't it? So that's why for you to write the exam properly, write the test or exam properly, we are giving you a revision. So this class is exclusively only revision class, alright. So okay, now what are the portions given to you? Unit 1 English, 9th standard English is Unit 1 and Unit 2. Okay, so Unit 1, that is Sachin's lesson, no? The learning the game. Okay, learning the game, and then I can't climb trees anymore. That is the second Ruskin Bond. That is the 2 lessons, and then 2 poems. 2 poems about stopping by woods in a snowy evening. Another one is the poison tree. So this is the portions for you. Okay. Other than that, you have got grammar. Now the grammar I'll take next. After this, I explain this to you. Now what is written on the board? Can you see the board? What is written there? Each one I'll just tell you now. Now these are the important question answers. Okay, that is poem and prose and poem. I have just written the important question answers. You just go through it, learn this up properly. This is just important ones. You can also learn the others also, but this is important. If you learn this is also okay, you can get good marks. Alright. So as I am telling, a small revision for you. Go through it. Okay, see it. First one, Sachin's lesson. The first question is, what did Sachin do during the 30-minute break? So you know the lesson now. Have you read it? Have you read the story fully? Learning the game lesson. So if you have done it, if you have read it properly only, reading is very, very important. We can take class and go, but afterwards, after we take class, no, if you give a reading to the lesson only, you will understand. When we are taking, we will miss out here and there small points. Okay, for if you read it only, you will know the whole story. Okay, now what is a 30-minute break? What did Sachin do during the 30-minute break? What he did? Do you remember what he did? He used to buy vada pav. Okay, he used to buy the vada pav. It's a famous chaat. Which is sold in Bombay. So this is very tasty, that thing. So he likes to eat this vada pav. So during the 30-minute break, what he does is he goes and eats this vada pav from the nearby shop. Okay, and the next question is what is the intense 15 minutes mentioned here? Intense 15 minutes. What is very important lesson this is? That is a question. Intense 15 minutes. What is that? Do you remember it? Have you read the lesson? So what is it now? Like 15 minutes. That is towards the end. The whole day is practice. Ramakant Achrekar. What he does is he will coach him, no, to do how to bat, how to bowl, all the different angles of batting. All that. In that last minute, no, that is the 15 minutes. He gives one challenge to Sachin. He says he keeps 3 coins on the stumps. Okay, he keeps a coin on the stumps. If he plays without getting out, that is if he plays, so that coin will be his. Okay, so to get that coin, it's a very simple thing only, but it has got so much intensity in it, without getting out. So how he has to avoid getting out, no? So carefully he has to play. So when he is playing carefully, see, he never gets out, and all the coins are for him only. So many coins, even now, that is recently also in some article they have showed that Sachin has got all the coins in a thing. He's framed it up and he kept it in his showcase. So these coins, if he does not get out in the last 15 minutes, all the coins are, he can do whatever he wants with the coins. He will win that coin. Okay. The next one. What did Achrekar advise Sachin? What he kept on advising. One day what happened? One day what did he do? Instead of coming to the cricket, that is to the practice, to the nets, what he did is, he went away with his friends and he was playing gully cricket. So what happened that day? Immediately Achrekar was waiting in the nets, but Sachin didn't turn up. So from there he took a thing, he came in the bike and he just pulled Sachin, put him in his bike and just took him to the ground, to the nets. What he was telling on the way, he said, you are not born to play here with the kids, with the outside on the gully cricket. You are, the world is waiting for you. You have such potential to become a great cricketer. So don't waste your time. What he said is, don't waste your time playing here and there. That is unnecessary, that is. You should play for the country. The country is waiting for you. You are such a talented, you have such a, that is batting and bowling, you have such professional thing with you. So you must practice more and get a good name. Okay, so the whole world is waiting to see you. You are such a great cricketer you will become. So these words, these golden words, if he had not told, what would have happened? Sachin would have not, he would have still played with the boys in the streets. So these were the golden words which he always remembers. So that is one of the important question. And then what now next, that's the next lesson, unit 2. This is unit 1, unit 2. What did the visitor hide in the jackfruit tree? Second lesson, I can't climb trees anymore, that lesson. Ruskin Bond, what does he hide in the thing, the jackfruit tree? What is the question? What did the visitor hide in the jackfruit tree? That is, he keeps all the notebooks, whatever he likes, whatever he likes. When he was a child in that place, he used to climb up the jackfruit tree, and there was a hollow in that jackfruit tree. He used to keep all his, whatever he likes, marbles, then he kept so many small things, notebooks and all that. And main thing what he kept is a cross, an iron cross given to him by his grandfather. So that cross also was kept there. Okay. So all the small thing when he was a child, he used to keep it there. And the next, lastly, why did the visitor return to his old house? What is the reason? So how many years, after 25 years, 25, 30 years, why did he come back to that house? He just, as he was passing, he wanted to go and have a look. What he wanted to see? He wanted to see the building? No, what he wanted to actually see is, he wanted to relive his childhood. Okay, he wants to relive when he was a child, how he used to play there. So each and every, as he was standing near the compound wall, what he was seeing? The turnstile, and then that the place where his grandmother used to pluck flowers, and then his grandfather's that clock, and that bird, and that car, and all, each and everything, how he used to run about, climb walls. Is he able to do it now? Not able to do. He can't even climb a wall. So that's what he's saying. I can't climb trees anymore. That question is, that title of the lesson is, I can't climb trees anymore. That means he's gone old. He cannot climb. So what happened is, towards the end, what he does, he'll give that iron cross. He will mention that about the iron cross to that girl there. That is the now owner of the house. She climbed up the tree and got that cross for him. Then finally he gave that cross to her itself. So this is the story. So this lesson, the important questions are put on the board. Go through it, learn it. Okay. So don't think nobody is watching you. When the test paper is given to you, please be genuine. Please be truthful to yourself. Write it down learn it. Learn the question answer properly. If you still can't understand, close the test book, go again and learn. Learn and write. Don't copy it down. Okay, don't copy it. So nobody is looking at me, what's there? I can copy. Don't never think like that. God is watching you. Okay, so do it genuinely. Alright. Now prose is over. Now poetry. Next I am going to tell about poem. So first unit 1 poem, that is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, is full poem is for memory poem. Okay, so that will be asked, question is be asked. So here for all together, this prose and poem together you will be having 10 marks. So any 5 will be giving you 6, any 5 you must select and write. Alright. Now I am going to tell you about the important questions in poem. Okay. Now first poem I told you is poem is fully memory poem. First of all, if a memory poem is asked to you, how should you present it? Okay. The first is very important, that is, see that first you must write the poet's name, poem, the title of the title, that is, for example, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. The full title should be written. 1 mark for that. Okay. So see, 5 marks is given to you, means not simply write it. So the procedure is, the format of writing, the how you present it, that is very important. Take a page, again neatly write the question number and then write Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, heading. Then whatever lines are asked to you, those lines you must write. And then lastly, what should you do? Who is the poet? Robert Frost. So write the poet's name. Okay, name of the poet. So this is it. This is the complete format of the poet. First the title of the poem, then the poem, and then the poet, name of the poet. And one more thing is, if the poet, see for example, if the poem is like this, see the lines are like this, written like this, it should be written the same way only. You should not change the pattern of the lines. The line pattern is given to you, no? Sometimes the lines will be criss and cross, up and down, it will be, sometimes it will move this. You should follow only that. You should not write. Now if the line is like this, no, end part you don't have place in the notebook, write it here. Don't bring it this side. Don't bring it to this side, alright? So you must, the one line is the full line, write it fully. Don't cut the line and bring it this side. In case you want to, there is no place, you write it down here itself. Okay, that is the procedure, that is the format of writing the poem. Okay, the poets, how they use, no, that is the thing, that is the one. Each part of that poet, each line gives so much. There are so many types of poems. So you don't know about that. After, as we learn, we will tell you. So this is it. So poem, you know how to write the poem, memory poem, title, then the poem, and then the name of the poet. Okay, that is finished. Now the important thing is, here question answers will not be asked as question answers. Poetic lines will be given to you. 2 lines or 4 lines will be given. In that the question A B question will be asked to you. So these are the questions. See, for example, now what is given here? 4 lines from the poet is given. That is poem, 4 lines, and from there they will be asking the question. The answer will be in the 4 lines itself. If you are clever enough, you will find out the answer from there. Okay. Now see, 2 lines are given to you. What grew both day and night? What grew both day and night? We are talking about which poem is this? This is the Poison Tree. Poison Tree, what grew? That is what the main theme of the poem is what? Anger. Okay, the anger towards his friend, how it got easily, it was solved. But anger towards his enemy, it grew night and day, and finally what happened? That anger killed his enemy. Okay, that's what the poem is. So we should not keep the anger to ourselves. Immediately we should solve the problems. Okay, we should not take it to heart and keep a grudge against you. That's the poet. Poet is telling you this thing, how to not to increase your anger. Finish it off then and there, solve the problem. Okay, so this, what grew both night and day? Anger grew. What grew night and day? The anger in that person's heart grew night and day. And then, how did the anger of the poet to the friend come to an end? See, that is the first 2 lines of the poem. First 2 lines, what they say? That is, I got angry with my friend, but I told it, and it came to an end. So he solved the matter. He was angry with his friend, but what happened is, when he spoke to his friend, the anger was solved. So that's what, no, that should have happened to everybody, no. But what happened is, with his enemy, it grew and grew and grew, and finally it came to he lastly killed the enemy. So this is what it is. See the first one, how did the anger of the poet to the friend come to an end? He spoke to him, and the anger was finished. That is, there was no anger. Again they were friends. The next is, they will give you 4 lines. Okay, 4 lines will be given. Any poem, 4 lines or 2 lines. They will tell you to pick out the rhyming words. Rhyming words, how will you pick it up? See, this is the line. End of the word. The word should be in the end. These are the rhyming words. End of the line. The line is given. End of the line is the rhyming word. So pick out the rhyming word. How should you write the rhyming word? Rhyming word should be written in a hyphenated word. For example, made blade, like this. It should be hyphenated word. Okay, so this is the way to write the rhyming word. So this is the thing. See, pick out the rhyming words. So pick it out means not inside the poem, towards the end of the line. Only you can get the rhyming words. Okay, next one. Identify the seasons in the poem. Which season? Which poem is this? Now we were talking about, this is poison tree, and this is the stopping by woods in a snowy evening. So what is the season there? When the traveler was the horseback, he was traveling, and when he passes around near the woods, what is the season? It is winter. So the season is winter. Mention the season is winter. Okay, and then what are the promises? So find last line of the lesson. I have promises to keep. So I have miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. So these are the last climax of the poem, last 4 lines. So what are the promises? As human being, as a responsible human being, He cannot stand there and admire the beauty of the nature, isn't it? As he was crossing the woods, you know the poem, as he was crossing the woods, he stopped there looking at the beautiful scenery, but he couldn't stand there all his life, isn't it? So he has to go on, life has to go on. He's got a responsibility on himself, on his shoulders. So to fulfill the responsibility as a human being, as a good person, he has to just move on, leaving that place and go towards his future. Okay, that's what it is. This is the thing. That's what promises means, his responsibilities towards his family, towards his life. That's what it is. So these are the important questions. I've just gone through, revised these question answers properly. Okay, now we will take a little bit about grammar also. Prose, poetry I explained to you. Now grammar, what is going to come in grammar? That only if you revise is enough. I'll give you the page numbers wise, you can just revise all that. Okay, now first one is homophones. Homophones, and then prefix, suffix, anagrams, prepositions, prepositional verbs, contraction, and then degree of comparison. Okay, so this is it. I'll give you the page numbers, so you just note it down. What are the page numbers? Okay, so see, homophones, page number 7. Prefix, suffix, page number 7 again. Anagrams, page number 11. Prepositions, 13. Prepositional verbs, 15. Contractions, page number 33. Degree of comparison, page number 35. Okay, so this is it. This is your portions for grammar. So I'll just give you one small recap of what we have done earlier classes. So this is what is homophones. Homophones means same sounding words. Okay, same sounding words, but the spelling will be different. Okay, for example, I've given here right, same sounding words, but the spelling is different and it's a different meaning, of course. This right means right hand, you are right, like that. Now this is right means writing. This W is a silent, okay, but we pronounce it as right. So same sounding words but different meanings. So that will be given to you. How will it be given is, one sentence will be given. You have to choose which is the best homophone according to the sentence, which will suit. Okay, so choose the homophone and apply it there in the sentence. Okay, and then afterwards we come to prefix, suffix. What is prefix? Prefix comes before the word. The word will be given to you. You have to pick out the choice will be given. Three or four words will be given to you. Prefix will be given to you. You have to pick and place it before the word which is appropriate, whichever appropriate prefix. Okay, for example, nutrition is given to you. What is best prefix is malnutrition. Okay, pick out that right. And next one is suffix. Suffix means the word is given, it has to come after the word. You have to place it after the word. So performance, agreement, there are so many that. Okay, so next one is anagrams. Anagrams I told you before itself. What are anagrams? Anagrams are also a kind of a word is given to you. That is also a meaningful word. From that word you have to form another word. Okay, so that is your wish. Whatever you get. If the picture is given to you, then you have to write according to the picture only. If the picture is not given to you, you can frame any word, but it should be it should have any sense. It should be a proper word. Okay, not any word. For example, cat. Cat is given. How will I change it? Cat is a proper another one that is an understanding word. It is correct. It does not jumble means it's not randomly jumbled. This word is also correct. Cat is okay. Then from there I take another word. What is it? Act. So just jumble. See the A comes this side, C this side, and T. Act. New word. Alright, that is anagram. So next is preposition. Of course you know preposition of time, movement, place. Have you learned about direction? Isn't it everything you learn? So see, in, on, at, into, against. Go to that video what I have taken and just listen. I can't take that fully now. It's just a revision class means that full thing I can't be taking. So go through everything I have told you. In, when to use. On, when to use. For, between, among. How to use all that I have given. So go through it. All that comes into prepositions. Okay. And the next is prepositional verbs. What are prepositional verbs? Verb will be given and with a preposition will come along with the verb. So first a verb and then see for care for. For is the preposition. Then care is the verb. Okay, care for, ask for. So these are the words. For this you have to, they'll be giving you choice. You have to pick out the word and fix it in the sentence. Alright. Next one. Last is contraction. What are contraction? That is a shortened kind of words. A shortened kind of word. That is, see, for example, when you are spoken, that is in a spoken language, we say I won't come. I'm sorry. So I am is what? I am. Won't is what? Will plus not. I will not. Will not shorten form won't. Okay. Shouldn't shorten form is what? Should plus not. Okay, so these are the contractions. So next, lastly, we come to degree of comparison. Degree of comparison, see how many degrees are there? Positive, comparative and superlative. What is positive degree clue is given to you? As and as. And degree of comparison is used for which parts of speech? Adjective. Okay, adjectives only have been used. Adverbs also are used, but mainly it is adjective only. So say as beautiful as. Okay, also as pretty as, then prettier than, the prettiest. Okay, so accordingly I have told monosyllable, disyllable and then multisyllable. Multisyllable, what will you use for superlative and comparative? For example, as beautiful as. Multisyllable means what? Syllable should be having 3 or more breakups. Okay, beautiful is 3 syllable. So for that you have to use a new word. What is that? More beautiful than, the most beautiful. Got that now? So these are the words. For 3-letter words, that is for example monosyllable, directly you can change short, shorter, shortest. And some words will have double, the word will repeat. That is for example thin, thinner, thinnest, nn, fat, fatter, fatter. Okay, another one is y words. For example lucky, lucky. KY, Y, you have to take out the Y, IER, IEST. Okay, got that now? These are the words. Some words are given as irregular. Irregular form of word, that is what? Good, better, best. For example, if it's given here as good here it comes as better and this as best. So these are the irregular ones also I've given to you. Go through that complete grammar part. So this is it, what we are going to take for the test. Go through all the video classes, previous video classes and learn. Hope you understood it. Do your best and do it genuinely. Do not copy. Learn and then write. Okay, very good. So hope you understood this. Thank you.